pushed up the right side, and it's tipped into the zone by May. Sweeney dumps it in. Carter going after it, and Carter's stick came up in the face of the Washington defenseman, rather. There's a delayed penalty call coming against the Bruins. A high sticking penalty. May gets bumped on the boards. Veers back. And it'll roll deep into the Washington zone. Painter went back for it. Kent Painter met on the play by Byers. Holds on for a faceoff.
Boy, Don Beaupre now has made 3 outstanding saves. The first one was in the first 2.
Langway and Hunter battling for it on the end boards. Janney tries to center. It's cut off and smothered by Beaupre. 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the period, and now some scuffling back of the net. The Boston defense combination stays high to make sure the ensuing faceoff remains in the Washington zone, but the corner then shoots one. A glove save by Moog. And a collision now, Peterson and May, and then in comes Murray challenging Peterson. And another scuffle developing here in front of the Boston goal. And the Caps defense combination stays high.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Bruins want to tangle, they got 3 guys there that'll oblige, and it doesn't matter that the Bruins have 5 guys. Kyprios, Murray, and Alan May. Now, this is a line we talked about. They're not going to stop shoving, are they? This is the line we talked about that Terry Murray is really having to settle for against the Janney line.
Neatly, here's Douris walking in. A shot blocked by Moog. It hit him, actually, and he covers it. Now some scuffling again in front of the Boston goal.
Boy, it looked like Douris came down with a pretty good chop on top of Andy Moog, but other people arrived so quickly. Who do you figure's in the middle of that pile? Go ahead and take a guess if you can't see what number that red helmet is right in the middle. If you guess Dale Hunter, you're right.
You know, if there's a hot spot, Hunter's going to be around, and it still hasn't calmed down, has it?
No, and the forwards are always at a disadvantage because the defensemen stay out at the top of the circle. That's where Rouse and Stevens are, so that they can go ahead and keep the face-off deep in the zone. But in all of these pushing and shoving matches,
Carter plays it in around Langway. Chasing it back is Johansson. Carter right on him. Heavy collision on the boards here. The puck loose for Langway, as we're used to. It's always a practice. You're early for games, stayed late after games. These may have changed a little. Neely is across the line, leading the rush here. Gets it right back, and he scores! There is a fight going on at center ice when the puck went in the net. Scoreboard says 2-0.
And Cam Neely, a guy that has been silent most of this evening, has given the Bruins a 2-0 lead. Here's what was going on at center ice while Neely was scoring. Now we're tight on this, so we can't see exactly where Neely is in the play. We were told the puck went in right there, so they were locked up while the play was going down the ice. I don't know if Bill McCreary saw it and just decided not to call it.
New York Rangers toward the end of this past season missed Dino Ciccarelli, although he's not that same type of player. Here's Hoggood with a shot. Endorsed, replacing the injured Kevin Hatcher for the Caps. Now Christian gets bumped and knocked down by Berglund. Well, the Bruins come back and over the line with a pass to Byers that was steered wide of the net. Hoggood, Byers, and Bob Sweeney. The forward line comes out in front to Hoggood for a shot. Pad save by Beaupre. Yali puts it back in the net. There's Murray. Yali lost the handle on it. Gets some help, however. Christian is bumped, and the puck goes back into the Boston zone. That put the whole thing offside. The clock shows 5 minutes and 16 seconds left. Stevens had some words and backed away, and Bob Sweeney has drawn a crowd. Stevens talking to him. Still some pushing and shoving. Kyprios and Murray. It's the puck down. Carpenter in after it. Gave it to Peter Douris. Douris knocks it beside of that, tried to center one, then took a hard hit from Hunter as Beaupre scooped up the puck and held on to it. Now again, Hunter stirs things up a little bit. This may carry over to Game 3 Monday night. Berglund with his arms wrapped around Carpenter, and Hunter getting some licks in.
Well, it was Douris that started. Once again, the Bruins defensemen are out at the top of the circle. Now, are they going to get in there? All right, now we've got a real one. Douris and Bob Rouse are going at it. Rouse is bigger, he is stronger, and he's fought a lot more than Peter Douris. Let's see how this one turns out.
Ray Scapanello finally separating Rouse. Rouse, who saw him check his right hand. He made connection several times with Douris. 4 minutes and 22 seconds is what is left in the third period, and some penalties being handed out now. Well, as the two players went to the penalty box and then to their respective dressing rooms, things really heated up. The players who were left on the ice got into almost a full-scale Donnybrook here.
Yeah, they got Hunter and Douris into the penalty box, but then it was Kent Painter, the guy that didn't play game one, that got into it with Bobby Carpenter, and now you see Tim Berglund, number 11, getting into it. But originally, this started with Kent Painter, number 34, and Bobby Carpenter. Guess what? There aren't enough linesmen and officials out there to go around right now.
Ron Asselstein and Ray Scapanello, the linesmen tonight. Get Bob Carpenter off the ice. Well, this is something perhaps that the Washington Capitals needed. They needed to get more involved, and this, as I said earlier, may carry over. This just may be the tonic that they need to take back to Washington in preparation for Game 3 to win something.
Yeah, you got to find a spark somehow. There's no question about it.
Washington whitewashed tonight by the Boston Bruins and Andy Moog. The final score, 3-0.